Hey, what's going on, everyone? Titty95 here, coming with just another Transformers video, and that is going to be the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy, Pulsecon exclusive, Covert Ravage, and Decepticons Forever Ravage, which, I mean, it's all the same thing. It's all Ravage. So, yeah, nice little box set here. You've got the Covert Agent Ravage, and then his cassette form, which is just a reissue of the G1 with tampos instead of stickers. So, that's pretty much it for the front. Mine got a little pushed in here on the side, not as bad as some other people have heard. They've got it all like smashed in right here. Just for some reason, Hasbro can't seem to fit things into packaging. But here we got on the side a little bio here about Ravage. After the Great War, Ravage was one of the Decepticons granted amnesty to reformat as Predacon. As Covert Agent Ravage, is secretly dispatched to Earth by the Predacons Council during the Beast Wars. He's tasked with terminating the rogue Predacon Megatron with extreme prejudice. But after the Golden Disc reveals a secret message from the long-dead Decepticon leader, he realized where his allegiance lies. Decepticons forever. So, got the packaging here on the back, him transforming into tape mode. Includes 2 figures for accessories and instructions. And of course, Beast Wars. Nice image there of Ravage with the red Predacon symbol. Top packaging mirrors the rest of that. So let's get this guy open and check him out. And here we have the Decepticons Forever Covert Agent Ravage out of packaging, looking just awesome. I first off want to take a look at this insert here because it is very well detailed. It is like a 2D rendition of what we've seen in the show. You've got the little consoles that he would stick his hands into to control the ship. You got all the energon flowing throughout here. You get the nice, very kind of comfy looking chair. I mean, at least for a Cybertronian. The dark, sunset, I guess, from the episode The Agenda Part 2. So, yeah, you got the Predacon badge there. And I guess while we're here real quick, take our cassette version of Ravage, and you can plug it in there and listen to some metal that I can never find the track to. So if anyone could find that track, just that guitar shredding piece, because I want to use it as a ringtone, because it is absolutely awesome, please let me know down in the description. I would love it if someone did that. It'd be greatly appreciated if anyone could find just an audio file of that. So anyways, taking a look at this Ravage here, you can see they've changed a few things over from the reissue one that we got, I want to say 2019, beginning of 2020 from Walmart. So first thing is you don't get this sticker here on the front. It is actually just all printed decals on here. You got the Decepticon symbol up there on the back end. Actually, there we go. So that's the back end. We'll look at that here in a second. So you got the MC60A, so it's a 60-second tape, because it is a micro cassette. You got Japan printed on there with, I guess that's the measurement for the reel. And, just their standard details that you would see there. On the back, you get the same thing, although this time the back of the tape is detailed with paint. Japan doesn't really work so well printed right here, but I get what they're going for. Again, you get the Decepticon symbol here instead of the rub sign, which still works. So, then of course, you got the silver eyes instead of the yellow. These are a little bit more cartoon accurate, being more trapezoidal. So yeah, I mean, very nicely done. I do like the brighter gray as opposed to the darker. So you got that. Still get his chrome missile pod, so we'll look at that more. We'll take him into robot mode, but we'll take a look at the main event. And before that, actually, very nice full color instructions. You actually get a photo of the figure throughout every step of the transformation. So I'd really love it if Hasbro started doing this more, using actual photos of the toy for the transformation, other than, right here in Beast Mode. That is definitely a CG render. But, you see third-party companies doing this all the time. I really dig that Hasbro is using actual photos instead of a weird wireframe or just line art details. So you can actually see the colors of the plastic and paint and everything, what to look for when you're doing each step. So really appreciate that from Hasbro. Hope they do that more with Legacy. But at the same time, I kind of know that Hasbro is probably not going to do that. So one thing I do want to mention here is, I might have mentioned it in the intro. I mean, it's been a couple days since I recorded that, but the legs here are backwards, so you need to pop them off the ball joint. It is just really simple. Mine were super easy to pop off. I saw that someone had a little bit of issues getting theirs off that was really tight and kind of nerve-wracking, but just pop them off and swap them around, and there you go. Otherwise, we'll get into it in beast mode, but yeah, we got him here in his Decepticons Forever pose. Would have been nice if they did print a red Decepticon symbol here, because he did have both in the show. So just a little detail that they kind of missed on, but overall, I am really digging how this guy looks. So getting a closer look at the head. My only real problem with the head is he's got this 1,000-yard stare going on. Like just the way his eyes are painted. But it does have an articulated mouth, so you can open and close it. I like how they painted the teeth and the tongue in there. As far as articulation, does move side to side. Can get a little up, but it just goes right back down. For paint, you get that little gray spot on the top. Real nice gold there. Same on the thighs, or bronze, whatever. Really nicely done detail here on the chest. That looks really good. My only real issue with the way the robot's designed is the fist is just a little off-center from the rest of the arm. So that kind of throws off my OCD a little bit. There we go. So yeah, it's a little off, but not the end of the world. But you do get full 360 at the shoulder and no cheating. So I know a couple of reviews out there might be happy with that. Get all the way up. Really tight bicep swivel, and it's really thin here on this joint. So just be sure to grab at the base of the bicep to rotate. You get 180 degrees at the elbow due to the transformation, and it goes back too, so you can do that. You got your wrist swivel, you got waist swivel, nicely painted belt buckle there. And his lower legs are actually modeled after what would be the Transmetal Cheetor. So I do like that they changed that. So everything from the knee down is Kingdom Cheetor, but everything else is new except for these, beast mode legs, which we'll get to there. Get all the way out at the thighs, forward, all the way forward. Can't get very far back, just to there. Get less than 90 degrees at the knee. You get forward and back at the ankle, and of course it tilts. So you got that. The tail can go up and down, mostly just to get out of the way. And of course he comes with his pistols. So you can plug those onto his hips, just like in the show. And they are kind of huge on him, like just a little absurdly huge, but they still look pretty good in his hands. There's not. There we go. Come on. So yeah, he definitely looks really good with both of his weapons here. And you can still plug blast effects into them. It is a little snug. You can get that. So it'd be nice if someone could make like little laser effects or something, even something that'll go over here for the laser sights. But you got that. So let's go ahead and do a quick comparison with all the other versions of this particular Ravage that I have. And here we have the original X9 Ravage. Still an awesome figure, doing the best approximation of the Hitman pose that I could do. NMC's Jaguar, which is IDW Ravage, but they threw in that kind of homage to Beast Wars from it being the pet. And of course, my favorite version of all of them. Like, as good as this one is, and as much as I love the original, that's our masterpiece, Beast Wars Ravage. Like, the Transart Toys is just awesome. there's my little, I guess, shrine or whatever to Beast Wars Ravage. So we'll get these out and show them a little bit more with the trans art, since they're the two most accurate versions of the show model. Now, I don't know where this band here came from. I don't know if it was in the show or not, but I do kind of like that addition. So let's go ahead and get into transformation, because we're 10 minutes in and still haven't done any transforming. So go ahead and take out his weapons. And his transformation is pretty neat. So you want to rotate his fist to where the fur detail matches. Bring the arm out like that. There's this little tab here and a slot there. We'll just fold up into there to get everything lined up. Rotate the fist. And tab that in. From here, want to pull the whole chest assembly forward. This will allow you to rotate up the head and the beast mode neck piece. Then from here, you want to rotate in. Just make sure this is all straight. Bring out the front legs. So here you can see these cavities that the arms will slide into. Just want to line it all up. There we go. And then just collapse everything, make sure it's all tapped in. Okay, what's going on here? There we go. Put that side. Just go over here. And that will tab into place. Then, of course, the legs are pretty much the same of Kingdom Cheetor. Just fold that, bring that back, bring up the paw, fold in the robot foot. And then just straighten out arms, tail. And there we've got Ravage in beast mode. And even though he never turned into this in the show, it is a great homage to the original toy, which this actually pulls it off a lot better. Like, you don't have arms hanging out down here with the weapons, and you can still store them on his hips. The instructions say have the barrels facing out. I guess that could kind of work. Maybe as like thrusters or something, because it doesn't really work as well to have them facing forward, because he's going to be shooting himself in the thigh unless he's nearly just sitting down. So can't do it as well as the G1 or even the Transart, but it still works as weapon storage because it's Ravage. I mean, he's had that even with the original. And speaking of which, so let's go ahead and transform him. I mean, it's pretty easy. I mean, if you've had any version of this mold, you should know it by heart by now. Especially some of my G1 viewer fans that have gotten this. I don't know how many times. There was that old Toys R Us reissue back in 2008. Or no, it was 2006, I think. Because it was the old Classics packaging. And then this recent Walmart one, Shattered. Yeah, the Shattered Glass set. So yeah, there's our two Ravage figures that come in this set. Now I'm not going to transform all the others just because it's already, you know what, hang on. All right, so here he is along with the original X9, the MMC reformatted Jaguar, and the Transart. Oh, there we go. So yeah, he's definitely got the best looking beast mode. Yeah, it's not transmetal by any means, or transmetal looking, But for Organic Beast, he looks the part and pulls off the beast mode a lot better than these other three. I mean, this one isn't even supposed to be Beast Wars Ravage, so, I mean, still works as regular Ravage. Anyways, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Actually, real quick, I do want to note that his nose is a little weird here in Beast mode. Like, I get it in Robot mode, his face is going to look a little bit different, but I just don't like the way it just looks like his nose has been lopped off. Like that just drop off is a little weird. It is a little too loose for my liking. I might go in there with some of that Kiki stuff and tighten up that ball joint. But at the end of the day, I'm still really excited for this. I'm glad I was able to get one. As far as I know, it's still in stock on Hasbro Pulse. So if you haven't gotten one already and you really like Beast Wars, you like that 3-parter of the agenda, you like G1, this is the set for you because, I mean, you do get a G1 Ravage with it. Even though probably already got a dozen of those by now with all the reissues that they've done of it. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out all the links down in the description, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as all the other channels I usually give a shout out to that I haven't been getting a shout out to. So let's go and go through this, shall we? We've got G1 Hexatron, Primal Sabbath, Stasis Lock, Angry Mike, as well as all queued up. Stasis Lock, if I said that already. Hail Hasbro Reviews or Deluxe Baldwin. And I think that's it. I don't know. It's been forever, and I don't have a list right next to me to look at. So, like I said, all those links will be down in the description, as well as my video for the Transart Ravage. I would compare this to the Cheetor, but there's just so much different here that it wouldn't really make sense because the only parts that are shared are basically just the legs. That's it. And some of the engineering with how rear legs transform. But then again, like I said, it's different enough. So, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time.